Good morning. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. All day yesterday, I thought it was Tuesday, but it isn't. And now here we are. So let me get this shared out to everybody. And please help me do that. It's the Morning Cuppa. But it isn't. And now, turn my volume off, first of all. All right, so let's do some sharing. Share, share, share. And let me know when you're here. Okay, it is shared. Now come on in and help me share this out so we can be together this morning on this terrific Tuesday. All right, so we start every morning the same way. We start in our heart. So we do a heart brain coherence Cuppa style, and it's just a little different than the traditional heart brain where we connect the heart and the brain together. We start with that. So we start by placing the hand on the heart. Slow down the breathing. And add in the love. Those are the steps. So touching the heart center brings your focus to the heart. And then take a deep breath in and release it slowly. And then breathe in again. And release. With your next breath, add in that element of love. Whatever brings joy to you, whatever makes your heart happy, that's what I want you to focus on right now. So breathe it in and let it go. And then as we're doing this deep breathing and relaxing our minds, we're going to say some affirmations. I am worthy. I am enough. I am a spark of the divine. Miracles happen to me every day. Opportunities show up everywhere. I'm happy. I'm healthy. I'm amazing. I am abundant. I am a miracle magnet. And I love myself. We have to start in here by loving ourselves, by feeling peaceful, and then we give that outward. So now bring somebody into your heart and give them a big heart hug. Who are you going to hug today? It's terrific Tuesday. Let's make it that. Let's make it a wonderful, fantastic day by sharing our love. So I share my love and my heart with all of you. And good morning, Kelly Bach. Oh, I'm so grateful that you're here, Kelly. And Kathy Hand. I'm sure you're on your way to work and probably a frozen pea. Pat Moss, good afternoon to you, my dear. Leo, good morning. Happy Tuesday. Annie Banani, good morning. How's everybody doing? Let's do a little check-in and see how you are. And let me know. I think we have warmed up a bit. Normally, we're in single digits when I wake up. But this morning, we're already at 22 degrees. Wow. But I think we're expecting some rain today, and that'll probably make it a little colder because we won't have the sunshine up there to warm everything up. My car has finally thawed out. It no longer is covered in snow, thank goodness. It's covered in yuck. Why is it that when snow melts off of a vehicle, it leaves it so awful looking and like it's muddy or something? I don't get that. But anyway, that's the way it is. And so I have like a grayish looking vehicle instead of my beautiful silver bullet of an angel mobile. But I'm not complaining. I'm just stating a fact. All right, so how's everybody else doing? Oh, you've got 27? What a heat wave, Kathy Hand. Wow, that's amazing. But I'm happy for you that you're not in single digits this morning. All right, so how's Florida? Has Florida thawed out yet, Leo? Because I know that Floridians don't do well when it falls below 70 degrees. There's like a mass buying of jackets and sweaters. And here comes our little Jennifer, another Floridian. Jennifer, how are things in Florida for you? Good morning, my sweet Deirdre. I'm so glad you're here. Oh, thank you for being here this morning. And thank you to all who shared this out so others will know that we're on. Deirdre, you're not in single digits either, 21 degrees. Hey, there's hope. Maybe Phil was wrong. I don't know. I can't see us having 6 more weeks of this yucky. You're still cold, Jen? Oh my goodness. Well, I'm going to be headed down that way soon. So I guess I will just keep my suitcase out that has all of the sweaters and heavy shirts and pants. I know. I did see a video yesterday, Leo, of people collecting the frozen iguanas. I don't know what they're going to do with them because I know they're still alive. But I did see that yesterday. Hi, Julie Kiss. Thank you for being here. Oh, Leo, is it really 6 degrees in Florida? No, I don't think so. It might be, but I don't think it's 6. I know it got down to, what, 30 something? And that's just too cold. Annie, you're in the 40s and we'll get to the 60s. All right. Oh my goodness, Deirdre, day 330 of those affirmations. Wow. Well, I think we'll probably hit the year mark pretty much around our anniversary, won't we? Our 6-year anniversary happens next month, in the month of March, that we have been together for 6 years doing the Morning Cuppa, or doing a morning show. It wasn't always Cuppa, but it is now and has been for, I know, over 5 years. Hope Wellington Marshall, good afternoon to you. What a delight to have my UK people here. And Kathy says, yes, we get 38 degrees today, but only for one day. Well, I'm hoping it lasts into tomorrow because tomorrow Billy and I will be going to her doctor, which is probably about an hour away. All right, so what else is going on? It's we're counting down to that workshop. So we have a workshop coming up, and it is called Truth Mapping. And I know some of you are jumping in there and signing up, and I'm so happy to see that we have new signups. We had to change the date to this coming Saturday, February the 7th, and it's at 1 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern Time. So I'm really hoping that some of you can jump into that haven't given it a really good, thorough look, and maybe we'll have a bunch of P's in there. We've already got a good number that signed up, so I'm really happy about that. But Michelle and I are so excited to bring this information and bring this time together for us all. 45 days until spring. Oh my goodness. Well, it'll get here. Let's enjoy the rest of the winter time. And I'm hoping for no more snow, but who knows what's happening this week. It's been kind of weird to have 6 degrees one day and 22 the next, but I'll take the 22. It's like a bonus, right? Good morning, Joanne. Oh, Joanne, thank you so much for sharing the pictures of your feathers yesterday. We were talking about some of the signs and synchronicities, some of the things that the angels bring forth to us and give us those little nudges. And I feel like Michael brings the white feathers most of the time. Whenever it shows up for me, I look at Michael. I was hoping our Blue Jean would be able to join us today. She did have her surgery yesterday, and I know it took a lot longer than what she was anticipating, and mostly that was waiting for it to happen. But she did have the surgery, and she let us know that she was home safe. I think she had a rough night, though. She was up throughout the night. So let's keep her in our hearts, keep her in our prayers. Jen, you've got 45. I'll take that any day over 6 degrees. Yeah, it's been kind of tough to adjust to the cold weather, but I'm doing it. Lots of layers. That's the key. Just keep layering until you're comfortable, and then if it warms up, you can peel some of those off. So, what y'all got for terrific Tuesday? Anything happy going on? Anything you want to share? Any happy memories? We had a full house yesterday. My sister Billy's granddaughter and her husband and another granddaughter and her daughter were all here, and we played some Yahtzee last night. It was a Yahtzee game night. We love game nights here at Billy's house, and I like it when I win. So it was a good night for me. All right, what else? Anything else going on? Next Wednesday, mark your calendars, we're going to do a teaching about the blue ray and what that means. And we'll be studying all 7 of those rays. So maybe you'll find out which ray you fall under. Which one are you working with in this lifetime? Are you just jumping around to all of them after you come into your life experience? So we'll see what that looks like. Well, I want to start with Yogananda today, as you all keep sharing. Share your joy. Share what's going on in your life. And I want to read from the Spiritual Diary. I'm really falling in love with this book and so grateful for whoever put it together from the foundation, the Self-Realization Foundation. Today is the 3rd of February. The saints stress non-attachment so that one strong point of material attachment may not prevent our attaining the entire kingdom of God. Renunciation does not mean giving up everything. It means giving up small pleasures for eternal bliss. And that's from Paramahansa Yogananda. So when we get so attached to having to have things, material things, we lose our focus and we get on that sidetrack instead of staying on our spiritual path. And I've noticed this. I've noticed it a lot in my own life until I was told by the angels to release everything, which I did over 5 years ago. Releasing it all and just being. And what a freedom to let go of things, to let go of that attachment to having to have things, having to have something that's physical that I can touch and hold. So now it's a matter of trust. Can I trust enough that my spiritual life will bring me joy? And boy, does it ever. That is where my joy comes from. It's from my relationship with God, It's from knowing who I am and what I am, having a purpose in my life. That's one of the best feelings in the world, to not be so focused on material, on accumulation, on money. And I know that when it comes to the end of the day, I'm not going to be focused on those things that I was able to accumulate. I'm going to be focused on what's in here, the people I've accumulated, the ones that are in my life that I've surrounded myself with. And that brings us to the message from the angels that I want to share with you. All right, what else we got? Kathy says Bob's boss told him he can head home tomorrow instead of Thursday. And Scooby had his stitches removed last night. Yay, Scooby. I'm so glad he's doing well, and I know it will be good to have Bob home. So thank you for sharing that, Kathy. That's a big yay. I know it's not Friday, but it's terrific Tuesday. So that's terrific news on both counts. All right. I haven't seen our Andrea. Let's call Andrea Gregg in here. I think she might be at work. So earlier she was getting ready for work. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and find the message. It is called Choosing the Voices That Guide You. Every time I try to do this, it messes up where I can't see you guys. Okay, maybe I got it now. Oh, you saw your red cardinal. I love that, Kathy. All right, choosing the voices that guide you. Howard Schultz said, when you're surrounded by people who share a passionate commitment around a common purpose, anything is possible. As I sat with this quote today, my heart whispered a quiet truth. Who we walk with matters. It has always mattered. From the earliest days of our life, we are shaped by the voices around us. As children, we called it peer pressure. As adults, it becomes keeping up with the Joneses. Later still, it can quietly transform into something more subtle, absorbing opinions, fears, judgments, and beliefs that were never truly ours to begin with. We are social beings. We learn through connection. We grow through relationship. Yet somewhere along the way, many of us forget to ask the most important question. Does this voice honor my soul? In today's world, opinions travel at lightning speed. Social media tells us how to think. News cycles tell us what to fear. Well-meaning friends tell us what we should do. Even strangers feel entitled to shape our beliefs. Without realizing it, we can begin living someone else's narrative instead of our own divine design. Discernment becomes a sacred skill. It takes courage to pause and ask, is this aligned with my truth? It takes faith to listen inward when the world is shouting outward. It takes strength to walk away from energy that dims your light, even when it feels familiar. I have learned that the angels never guide us through pressure. They guide us through peace. They never manipulate. They illuminate. When we surround ourselves with those who uplift, encourage, and honor our spiritual path, something extraordinary happens. Our dreams feel closer. Our courage grows stronger. Our purpose becomes clearer. We begin remembering who we really are. We don't need crowds. We need resonance. We don't need approval. We need alignment. We don't need to be like everyone else. We need to be authentically ourselves. Dear angels, how can we remain true to our inner guidance when so many voices compete for our attention? Dear ones, your soul was designed with a divine compass. It does not require validation from the outside world, for it is already connected to Source. When confusion arises, return to stillness. In silence, truth becomes clear. Choose relationships that nourish your spirit, not drain it. Seek those who honor your becoming, not those who cling to your past. Remember, you are not meant to fit in, you are meant to shine. When you feel uncertain, place your hand on your heart and ask, does this feel peaceful? Peace is our signature. Follow it, and you will never be led astray. Trust the wisdom within you. It is God's voice speaking through your soul. The angels whisper, surround yourself with light, and you will become luminous. Walk with purpose, and miracles will follow. Listen inward, and heaven will guide your steps. Today, I promise to look inward and connect with the divine whenever I need answers. It's the best place to go for answers, isn't it? It's not going to be found in a book. It's not going to be found in a podcast. The answers that we're looking for are going to be found in here, on the inside. And when we look there first, instead of everywhere outside of us, then we're going to find truth. We're going to find God's guidance, not somebody else's guidance. And not that there aren't wonderful teachers and mentors and gurus and guides in the world, but God is the best source. So always go inward, because that's where God's voice is going to speak to you. And we have Michelle Landers joining us. Good morning, Michelle. I was sharing just a minute ago about our workshop, Truth Mapping, and hoping that we can have a few more signups to come in with us this Saturday. Good morning, Jean Walensky. And how are you doing, Blue? I know you had a rough night. I know yesterday was a rough day. We're so glad that you're here so we can love on you a little bit. And thank you, Jennifer Langren. Jennifer loved that story. I do too. I love that story. Who are you surrounding yourself by? Who is your tribe? Who's helping you when you have a rough day, when you have an experience that may not be a really great experience? Who's there for you, holding you up, being by your side and saying, you got this, you got this. I know I have a dear friend that's going through a rough time right now, and I'd like to lift him up. His name is Jay. Many of you have watched him on Enlightened World Network before. Jay Rothenberg. He is in the hospital, and he needs us to surround him with love. So if you know Jay, please reach out to him and let him know that you're supporting him and loving on him, and let's lift him in our prayers. So I'm going to see what Kuan Yin wants to tell us now. And so happy that all of you are here. Thank you for coming in. So Blue, you're getting the love now. Thank you, Leo, for sharing some love with our Blue Jean. And Kuan Yin says, I can get the card open. Kuan Yin says, you are one of a kind. You are one of a kind. Your own path will never be exactly the same as anyone else's. The type of frequency you hold is as individual as your fingerprints. That uniqueness cannot ever be taken from you, co-opted by another, or compromised in any way. Relish your uniqueness and share it lovingly, freely, joyfully with the world. I love that card, and thank you, Kuan Yin, for that message. And our blue says, God is telling me to go back to sleep. The horses are all set. It's supposed to be in the 20s. It's a stunner of a day out there. And thank you for your love, thoughts, prayers, and healing. Oh, Blue Jean, we love you so much. Thank you for coming in with us this morning and letting us see that you're okay. And go back to bed. Go back to sleep. It's a great day for that. And yes, it is a beautiful day outside. And I think we're all going to get a little bit of warming up today happening. So enjoy it. Deirdre. Deirdre says, I don't have any humans, but I have my pea family. You absolutely have all of us, Deirdre, standing right beside of you every day. Good morning, Catherine Kovacs. And Kathy says, I'm happy and grateful for this tribe right here. Yes, our beautiful family. It's amazing, isn't it? And when we think about it, how amazing it is that we have been together as long as we have. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Sorry. Go back to sleep, Jean. We're all with you, honey. Good morning, Don Baker. Sending lots of love right back to you. And good morning, Linda Lemieux. Holding you in my heart. And Linda, I think I have a game plan for my travel, so I'll be getting with you probably after I get off of the show today. I'll let you know when I am headed out. Aw, Blue says, Deirdre, the face says you have quite a crew surrounding you. Absolutely. Those little fae are everywhere, aren't they? And they know what we need and when we need it. So I love that. All right, what else is going on? I love that more people have jumped in here. I'm sorry you weren't here for story time because we're talking about who are you surrounding yourself by? Who has your ear? You know, and it was such an interesting message from the angels talking about how we gave in to peer pressure when we were kids. And then afterward, we started just trying to mimic what other people were doing and how they were doing it and keeping up with the Joneses type of happenings. And then I think eventually we find ourselves. We find who we truly are and our own independence, our own independent thinking. But who we surround ourselves by does affect that. It does really alter sometimes our behavior, because if somebody says, I'm doing this, well, maybe I want to do that too. Maybe I want to try it. So it makes a difference when things are told to us as truth, as something we should believe in and get behind. But always use your discernment. Always go inside and see what God's message is to you. Kathy says, my friend Sonia's husband needs prayers for his kidneys. He's in the hospital receiving blood and getting dialysis. His name is Curtis Hewitt. We will put him definitely on our prayers. And Blue, please, when you can, put him in the grid. And let's lift up Curtis. Yes, Catherine, please listen to that story. I think it was so relevant to this time that we're in right now, to really pay attention to the voices that are speaking in our ear. And who are we listening to? We just have to filter through some of the noise to hear the angels, to hear God's voice. And Kelly says, I recently realized that my fear of rejection from childhood has held me back from seeking out support. That happens a lot. It happens when we're bullied as children, and Yeah, I can relate to that big time. The bullying, the ones that humiliate and make fun of you. Yeah, it's not a good experience for a lot of us. I know we've spoken about this in the past, about how many of us that are now in a spiritual journey were so abused as children, and especially by peers, by caregivers, by family. So it's really a thing, and it really does take some recovery to get over that and to find you again, to find you, the true you. And finding a group like this, your spiritual family, it makes a big difference. And the past is the past. And that's what I have to remember always, Kelly, because there's a lot that has taken place in my past. But if I keep going back there, I can't focus on here. And I saw a comment by somebody the other day that said if you're constantly looking in the rearview mirror, you're going to run off the road because you're not focusing and paying attention to where you're going. And I love that thought. So I want to really get that message through, that if we're constantly looking in that rearview mirror, if we're constantly regretting and feeling the shame and the guilt and the blame and all of the low vibration things that take place as we're regressing back there, we're not progressing and looking at what our future could hold. So absolutely, we can change, we can pivot away from that way of thinking and that way of being and the actions that we take. Anytime that you start to go down that road and look in the back instead of looking in the front or the present, that is a better thing to do. How is it right now? Am I being abused right now? Am I being bullied right now? And if you are, then please seek help. But if you're in a safe place and nobody's doing any of that stuff, maybe you're the one that's beating yourself up because that's the familiar, that's the comfort zone that you grew up in. And I'm talking from experience. I relate to this totally. It takes really breaking through all of that to get to the place of loving yourself enough to reach out to others, to seek a family such as this, or any family that's going to lift you and speak positive, uplifting things to you. That's what it takes to get back on the path of love. You are love. You were created by love. And that's what your natural habitat is. It's not the bullying, it's not the shame, it's not the blame. It's being love and being immersed in love, which is what this family does. All right, let me see what some of your comments are. Oh, Catherine Kovacs, thank you for asking. I had a few rough days, but that's behind me, and I'm feeling really good this morning and may be able to even eat solid food today. I'm going to attempt it anyway. It's my fourth day on the treatment that I'm taking from Dr. Don, and I think I'm ready to have something that's not chicken broth, something that's not just a liquid diet. But yeah, I'm doing okay and very happy about that because I will be starting out on the road soon. Tomorrow is the day to take Billy to the doctor, and we'll know more about her path with her treatment. Leo is asking for special prayers for his mother, who's having an emergency surgery this week, removing a kidney, which is quite delicate, and she's got an infection at the moment. Oh, Leo, let's see that infection clearing up. Let's put prayers in for a miracle for your mom. and praying that she doesn't have to have that kidney removed. Let's see it getting healthy and set that intention. Kathy Hand says, my brothers Joe and Paul, my sister-in-law Molly, my cousin Paula, and of course I have my hubby Bob, my kids Colin and Marley, are always on my side, as well as old friends and new here in the Cuppa family. Yes, Kathy Hand, I know you have a huge support system, and I'm very happy about that. I'm happy for any of us that have that person that we can call up or just sit with and talk to. And anyone who doesn't have a human in your life to do that with, call somebody here in the family. Reach out. Anytime you reach out to me, I get back to you. It may not be that exact moment. There may be something going on that I can't answer a call or a text, but I will always get back to you. And Kelly says, I've developed some wonderful support from being vulnerable on my small YouTube channel. I love that, Kelly. And, that's the best way to be. It really is. People respond to that honesty and that rawness and knowing that you're real and not just doing something for show. So I'm very happy about that. And thank you for joining us on YouTube every day. Okay, so Annie's sending prayers to Leo's mom. And Catherine says, please pray for me. I have days that I struggle with. I battle with depression every day. And thanks, I'm okay right now. All right, Catherine, we're surrounding you with some light. And I encourage you that when you have those days, to not hibernate in a cave, which was my MO, is what I used to do on bad days, but do something creative. I know you love to draw, you love to write, you love to create things. So I encourage you and anyone who has that tendency toward depression to find an outlet, find something that's going to help you to get out of yourself and release those thoughts, release those emotions. It's the best thing you can do for yourself. And then reach out to somebody, Catherine. Let somebody know that you could use a prayer, you could use a word, a kind word, because that helps us so much when we're in that space. All right, so I think it is prayer time. And Deirdre, thank you for being with us today. And would you please post our daily prayer? And if you have any other prayers out there, please share them. Please pray for Billy's doctor's appointment tomorrow and finding out what the next step is for her. Please lift up her daughter Paula. We've been lifting her up for a while now, and she's still on chemotherapy, but not the IV anymore because she had a big allergic reaction. And so let's please lift her up for whatever is next for her on the next step. And thank you for that. And yes, thank you, Linda Lemieux, for encouraging our Catherine Kovacs. She is very creative. I've seen some of your drawings, Catherine. I've seen some of the creativity that you have. So please turn to that. Sue Seekoff, hello and welcome. And Michelle says, I can't comment on individuals' comments any longer on this site. Not sure what has happened, but no, I hear and recognize and pray for all those here who need prayers. I'm going to show that because our Michelle Landers is so beautiful and so encouraging to all of us and such a guide to us in this lifetime. So thank you, Michelle, for being with us. Thank you for your your numerology report. If you all haven't seen it yet, it's on Enlightened World Network. It's probably easier to find it on YouTube than it is on Facebook. But she did a beautiful numerology report for us on the first of the month, and I encourage you to check that out. And Michelle and I will be bringing the truth mapping class workshop on Saturday. So there's still time to sign up. And I know, Michelle, you put the link up yesterday. Can you please share it with us again today for anyone who might not have seen it? And yes, thank you, Sue, for that comment. Please like when you go onto the live stream. It's important to hit the like button because that increases the algorithm of it being shared out to others who may not have ever heard that you are worthy, you are enough. All those affirmations that we do every day, they might not have heard that it's okay to not be okay in a moment, but don't stay there. Come into this family and be lifted, because when there's things going on, we lift you up. And that's what our prayer time is all about. Kathy Hand, prayers for Noah for continued guidance and strength transitioning to college life. Absolutely. And prayers for Suzanne as she walks beside Noah in that journey. All right. So thank you, Deirdre, for our daily prayer that we send out to all humans, to Gaia and all who live on her back, for world peace, attention to human trafficking, support for all families living with addiction, for our troops, especially those who are deployed and away from family and friends, for our United States, for India, for the UK, and healing to Teri and her family and any traveling peas. Thank you so much for that daily prayer, Deirdre. And we have reminders from Sally, who hasn't been with us for a bit. Let's call her back into the family, her and Tony. But she always reminds us to pray for the homeless, for those who feel unseen, unheard, unloved. And I really think about them a lot this time of year, with the temperatures dropping below zero in many places. And there are homeless everywhere across America. You see people that are just living on the streets with no shelter, and praying that they will find a place for warmth and food. Praying for our outside animals, the ones that are out in the elements, that they will survive this. For anyone who's struggling, and Brandy always reminds us to pray for those with dementia or those that have been touched by suicide. I pray for those who are touched with depression, and I have special people that I know are prone to that I always try to call or text or see how they're doing, to try to keep track of what's going on and see if I can offer any bit of light into their darkness. So let's go into our hearts, and let's remember that peace starts inside of us. So let's go there. Let's breathe in peace and breathe out peace. Breathe in love and breathe that back out. Breathe in compassion, really feeling that love energy. And when you breathe it out, see it going out as a hug to anyone who needs that right now. Anyone who needs lifted up emotionally, mentally, physically. And now let's bring together these prayers to our Creator. So God, we are lifting together all these prayers that have been shared, the ones who have spoken them, written them, all who hold someone in their heart but haven't shared that name yet. We pray for peace on our planet. We pray for compassion and love to be what guides us every day. May that be the voice we're listening to. Your voice, God. Let it guide us as we walk on this earth. Let us honor our Earth Mother. Let us honor other beings. Let us be true to our own inner guidance, not being swayed by peers or by other voices that might enter in, but listening only inside and hearing what you have to say. We thank you, God, as the giver of all life, the giver of all love, the giver of peace and miracles. And we do pray for miracles. We pray for answers to these prayers. And we know that you see us, you hear us, and that answers will come for the best and highest good of all. Thank you. We love you. Om Shanti. Om Peace. Peace in our hearts, peace in our homes, and peace in our world. Amen. So we end our show, and we'll be ending on time today. We end it with, thank you. I love you. Make sure you say that today, at least once. Say it to yourself. Thank you. I love you. Say it to others. Reach out to somebody that you think might want to hear those words today or might need an encouraging word. Send a little message that says, you know what, you matter, and thank you, I love you. And pretty soon I will be seeing our Leo in person. I'll be receiving the new music. He has a song that he and Brookie created together, and I can't wait to share it with all of you and have a new Morning Cuppa song. The old one just will not play anymore. I don't know why. I tried and tried to get it to play, and it will not play. So I don't know if that's a restream thing, a Facebook thing. I have no idea. But anyway, we're going to have a new music for our 6-year anniversary, I think, is what that's all about. So thank you. I love you. Such wonderful words of encouragement, of light. Take them into your heart and take them with you all day long. As I like to say to you at the end of each show, stay in your heart and stay blessed. And namaste, y'all. Thank you, Deirdre. Thank you, everyone who showed up today. You showed up for you, and that's what's important. So take the love that was shared here, take the joy that hopefully you got a little bit of in your cup today, and drink from that cuppa all day long. I'll see you back here tomorrow. And out of here, don't forget to sign up for the truth mapping